Hi, Martine. Thank you for coming here today. I'm sure you're very busy. First thing I want to do is I want to congratulate you on your win for the Women in Focus Lifetime Contribution Award. And before we get started, can you just please tell me a little bit about yourself and for those that are watching this video?
Of course, good morning, first of all. Thank you for selecting me for the nominations as the winner for the first ever Women in Focus Lifetime Contribution Award. So my name is Martine Union. I'm working for Godot Group based in Belgium. I was, to be honest, very honored and incredibly happy that the award has been presented on International Women's Day, March 8, 2023. It will be in my agenda forever, I think. Because I have been supporting and empowering women, not only in business, but also in my spare time for a long time through the women's organization Soroptimist International. And at the time, I think I was one of the few women at the ACI conferences who were involved in this sector. It is great to see that year after year, more and more women are attending. So it's of course not easy, because I know better than anyone how much courage and energy it requires in a man's world. But it also very satisfying, of course, to work in that world every day in the fantastic basil and lubricants sector. But I also would like to thank ACI for this great initiative and appreciation to give all women in our sector a boost and energy to achieve goals. And to give women a voice and appreciation they deserve. And also big thanks, of course, to Sandra de Mee from Noordseeport and my colleague Kelly Willemans, who nominated me for this award.
Well, you earned it. You absolutely earned it. So the first question is, as well as being one of our award winners, you have also been an advocate for the awards, which we started following requests from the Base Oils and Lube Connect community to give regular recognition to women in the industry. While such initiatives help to some degree, what would you say are the most simple and effective changes that any company could look to make and help improve the culture for women?
Wow, that's a long question. Not
It
easy.
is a very long question.
I think first step will be a good balanced gender diversity is the first step in the process of improving the culture for women. But that will not happen 1, 2, 3, of course. It will not change overnight. But it always starts with a plan. Gender awareness raising plays an important role, of course. You have the benefits and the consequences. And one of the benefits are that gender equality helps to create new ideas, services, and business, and it boosts teamwork between men and women. And therefore, you will automatically have a better culture in your company. But it's also, of course, very, very important to educate your staff on gender diversity by, for example, toolbox meetings organized by HR. And of course, also listen to employees, what they are saying. And according to the outcome, you can set goals for improvement. But also make sure that women are the active drivers in bringing positive changes. And don't forget to communicate the initiatives in your company.
Well, I think we can all learn something from that.
But it's also very important that you empower the women by giving them a voice and make sure that they are heard, for example, in the meeting room. If they have a great idea, make sure that they are recognized for it and give them also the chance to engage with senior management as more a mentoring purpose. Because it's a necessity to empower women, because women who account for half the world's working age population, if they do not achieve their full potential, economic potential, let's say, the global economy will suffer. Because when we empower women, we increase the skilled workforce, families rise out of poverty, and it boosts the economy. So it's a necessity, I think.
I couldn't agree more. So second question is that one of the comments from your nomination was that you strengthen and empower other women, providing them with tools to create opportunities. What would be your advice to new managers striving to achieve the same with their team?
I think when you empower women in your company, you also give them more control over their own careers. You can do this via investing in trainings, mentoring. For example, Soroptimist can also support here. So equality programs, education grants, and promotion into senior level positions. When women are monitored, mentored, and champions, they quickly grow into leadership roles. They feel confident and honored, which is also a benefit for the company. And the revenues are growing year after year, I can tell you. Diversify the leadership by promoting women as much as men. Very important, equal wages for equal work and experience. And that would also be an enabler for women on every level of the corporate ladder. You show them that you are valued and you invest in growing skills, their skills and potentials, and the return of investment in education is often higher for women than for men. A skilled woman will also be more productive and becomes a long-term employee. And that's also something very important, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, I do think loyalty to the company is quite important
Indeed.
in an employee. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I understand you've done a lot of work with the global volunteer organization Soroptimist. Sorry, I probably got that completely wrong. Could you tell us a little bit about the organization itself and your involvement over the years?
Well, there's a lot to tell, of course, about Soroptimist International, but I'll do it in a nutshell.
Yes.
Because otherwise I need more hours to talk about it. So Soroptimist are women in professions and business who work together at local, national and international levels to educate and empower women and girls. It was founded in 1921, so more than 100 years ago in California in the US. We have a global network of 70,000 powerful women and effective advocates of women's and girls' rights in 121 countries. We have 5 federations. So we have Soroptimist International Europe, Americas, Southeast Asia, Pacific, and Africa. So Soroptimist International Europe is the largest of the 5 federations with 30,000 women across Europe, and we currently have 1,153 clubs. We have a voice or consultative status at the United Nations ECOSOC, the Council of Europe, European Women Lobby, and various NGO forums with concerns of women. We focus on 6 activities, on education, of course, sustainability, violence against women, very necessary nowadays, health, also financial self-reliance, scholarships, and mentoring. So far, we have realized with the clubs of Soroptimist International 3,800 projects. We awarded for €1,033,000. The fundraising was €6,200,000. And we supported altogether 1,700,000 women and girls already. So it's a very important organization. But it's thanks to our large national and international network of women who are professionally active in various sectors that we can realize this and follow up on projects with expertise and with the commitment of our contacts. So when we empower women, we help the world, we boost the economy.
Well, they must be doing some brilliant work then. I think that's really inspiring.
Indeed. And then something about myself in the organization as volunteer, of course. We have 57 clubs in Belgium, and I was president of the local club as president or chairwoman. Let's keep the spirit of the local club Iklometjesland, so somewhere between Ghent and Brussels. Together with another powerful woman, Dr. Hilde van de Koter. It was a dual role with respect for equality and responsibility, of course. But we recently handed over our mandate to two new chairwomen, also a dual role. Of course, we were chairwomen during the Corona years, the difficult years. So we had to fundraise in a different way than usual to support our projects, but that also worked out in fantastic cooperation with the club members. We have a great team. And despite the many volunteer work next to our professional life, of course, not easy, the team spirit gives a lot of energy to continue. So we have done the last couple of 2 years, we have done a lot on PR and visibility, and supported and sponsored a couple of charity projects on education, financial, self-reliance. We had 3 projects, violence against women, and 3 projects on health and safety. So all good together for a total sum of 25,500 euros, which is not bad, I think, for a local club.
No, not bad at all for a local club.
No.
Absolutely.
So that was,
yeah.
But we have realized the 2 last couple of years.
So shifting focus now a little bit to your work at the Godot Group. Could you begin by telling us a little bit about the company and your role in it in particular?
Of course. Godot Group is a vertically integrated and global chemical distribution company, home-based in Israel. So Godot Group. So we focus on sales and distribution, marine logistics. We have our own chemical tankers, chemship, so land logistics and blending, and more in particular, the independent toll manufacturing. We do have several entities in Europe, in Germany, the Netherlands, and Belgium. I have been working at the terminal in Belgium, Ghent, for more than 34 years now. So the terminal is situated in the heart of Europe at North Sea Port. At this moment, the terminal is property of Godot Group, but in the past it was a property of Chevron, Texaco, Afton, ADPO, and so on. So I was more or less always in charge for the tailor-made third-party blending activity. I'm also in charge for filling and packaging, terminaling, warehousing as key account manager. And my customers, well, in fact, we are working for the top players in the lubricants and additive industry. So, and after all those years, I'm still passionate to fulfill my job. So that's great, I think.
That is good. That's really great to be successfully passionate about your job and want to keep going. That's what makes you such a good employee, I'm sure. They love you there. And finally, what are your main goals for the year ahead, particularly focusing on your work within the base oils and lubricant industry?
Well, you can imagine that we have a high interest, of course, in the base oil and lubricant sector, because we are quite storing important quantities of all groups of base oils for our toll manufacturing projects. So together with my colleagues, I'm representing our company at conferences such as ACI in order to have a good understanding of what's going on, what we can expect the coming years. And we are always very interesting to hear the speakers, to hear more about the industry, and of course the networking is super important. But I think I already said that a couple of times. Networking.
It is very important in the industry to network. Absolutely.
it's super important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So building a huge network is is the key, let's say.
Okay, well, that's all the questions we have for you today. So congratulations again on winning the Women in Focus Award, and thank you for taking the time to do the interview with me. And I'm sure this will interest many people out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Bye.